There's a lot going on in the camera world right now, and I think content creators are at the center of it. If we look at what all the different camera manufacturers are doing, I think the one that comes out on top is the one who captures the culture of the content creator. My name is TJ, and this is the Camera Hacks. Okay, so there's some rumors about the FX2 being released here soon, and it's got me kind of wondering, what is Sony doing? I think I understand what Sony's strategy is with releasing the FX2. This is, I guess, still a rumor, but I've seen quite a few reports on it. But I don't know if it hits the mark. The rumored specifications for the Sony FX2 is to include a 33 megapixel sensor, a tiltable EVF, a AI chip, and a mechanical shutter. AI assisted autofocus, 4K 60 Super 35 recording, and 32-bit float audio with a active cooling system. When I look at these specs, I don't think that this hits the mark at all of what content creators are looking for in a camera. Now, Canon, I'm not sure what their strategy is. It just seems like they like to piss us off. The rumor now is that the R5C may not continue on, and I can see why. I feel like that camera really missed the mark and was not able to compete with a camera like the FX3. They may not ever make another one. The C80 and the C400 have been phenomenal cameras, and I would love to get my hands on the C400, and I've heard nothing but great things from those sensors that are on the C400 and the C80. With the drop of the new Lumix cameras, I feel like the bottom is slowly rising and meeting the top, very much so, in a weird sort of way. The C80 feels like an amazing camera, and it could suit a lot of my needs personally. But I also feel like there's an opportunity there for a camera like the Lumix S1 to be a beast of a camera as well. It seems like there's a race here for these camera manufacturers to try to get a camera to suit all of those needs, but also not cannibalize their system. In order for camera manufacturers to make money, they have to make variations of a product for different tiers of creators. That's been the model forever. But is that model feasible, and is it going to die? Because there's a lot of cameras that are cheaper that do a lot of things that a lot of these more expensive cameras do not do. Now, I think there's a strategy here for Sony, and I think what they're doing is they wanted to release something that was not in their current lineup. They have the FX30, they have the FX3, and they have the FX6, which are all great cameras and are all still selling really, really well. There's not many people who don't want those cameras. If you look at the FX3, it's been named or deemed one of the best cameras in this decade. But because of the success of the FX3, the FX6, and even the FX30, I don't think Sony wants to ruin their success, right? Keep those cameras selling, let them sell. Do not create anything else to kind of disrupt the sale of those current items, and create something totally different that doesn't cannibalize the previous version. I think it's better to create something totally different than try to recreate something and miss the mark. The reason why this strategy I feel like is smart is because they get to watch to see Canon try to catch up. They get to watch to see Lumix, release some really cool things. This allows them to see what works, what doesn't work, and then have the ability to say, hey, for the FX3 Mark II, we can add these features to it. Potential reality that the R5C may not continue on. I think that camera dropped the ball in a lot of ways, and one of the biggest ways that it dropped the ball is its battery life. If you think about the R5C, it has a built-in fan. It's basically the same as the R5 without the overheating, but an added fan that pulls and draws more power that then, in my opinion, needs a larger power supply, right? So I always was confused at the reason why the R5C did not include a power supply similar to that of the other C or cinema camera line that Canon has. Canon has batteries with higher capacity that would better suit that camera. So the biggest flaw in that design for the R5C, I think this is something that Canon really underestimated. And that little tweak could have probably made that camera one of the best. I think the battery life would have saved the R5C, but I also think that the opportunity in the cinema lineup that offers open gate, I don't see that happening on that camera or any camera coming up soon. There is also rumors of Canon dropping another camera that is right below the C. This could be a full frame camera that offers something like open gate that kind of replaces the R5C, but doesn't have maybe built-in ND filters or something like that. I also feel like Sony is in an interesting situation as well. If they do not offer open gate on their next cameras, whether it's the FX2 or the FX3 Mark II, I think they're really missing the point. Now, a lot of people may say that open gate is not a big deal, it's not this, it's not that, but I really do see this being the next viable solution to what is a growing problem for a lot of content creators. I get it, open gate is not the end all solution, but I do feel like it puts content creators at the forefront of these manufacturers' minds. It makes content creators believe that, hey, this manufacturer is actually thinking about me and is opening up this camera to allow me to be more creative and be the creative that I need to be. With social media being a growing part of many creators' lives, my wife and I are content creators. She is an influencer. We post on social media. We post on YouTube. The opportunity to not have the conversation right before we film each video about, hey, does this need to be vertical or does it need to be horizontal? That's a conversation we have on a daily basis. As also a filmmaker who was supplying different types of formats for businesses, you are creating content that needs to be used in multiple different facets, whether it's a website, whether it's an Instagram post or a LinkedIn post or a Facebook post, a TikTok reel, that doesn't exist, but a Instagram reel or TikTok, that is a growing need and a growing want of a lot of content creators. And also it just brings a bit of excitement back into filmmaking. The reason why OpenGate is the missing link is because of what it offers these content creators. It offers them flexibility in post. Not only non-professional and hobbyist content creators, but also professional content creators. My take, this may be a hot take or not, I don't know. But the camera manufacturer that takes on and embraces the content creator will be the leader in the camera world. Hybrid first thinking, open gate, and just a smart workflow. It's not really about the quality of the image anymore. We all know that if you know how to shoot, you can make anything that's available right now look good. 4K is enough. Most of these sensors that are available are enough. I think we've came close to maxing out the amount of quality that we need from a camera. I think now it's the camera that gives us the best workflow. It's the camera that makes shooting and processing what we need to create much easier. Let me know your thoughts. I could be crazy down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Hey, my name is TJ, and I create videos for content creators, and you should really subscribe to my channel because that's what people say that you should do to YouTubers who have YouTube channels that make content. Most of my content is centered around, like being honest, where a lot of creators will not tell you the truth. I'm just playing. I'm pretty sure they're being honest with you. Just consider it, and maybe it'll be fun. I don't know, or don't. I just whatever you feel like is right. Turn this